This is Gray Man Media content.
Marker.
Welcome to Wolf Takes a Bite, the podcast where we talk about the strange and the interesting. Today we're going to be talking about some of the mysteries of Lake Lanier, a very popular recreational lake located in Georgia. What happened there? Is there something we should be worried about? We'll find out today on Wolf Takes a Bite. Oh, sorry. I sleep to that music.
What?
Yeah,
You sleep to your own intro music?
of course.
That actually checks out, actually.
Everybody?
I don't think many people have intro music, to be fair.
Well, if they did, they'd be crazy not to go to sleep to it. Just played on a loop. Welcome back to another episode of Wolf Takes a Bite. I am your host, John Wolf, with my co-host, Devin Gray.
I'm here also.
He is. Yes. For sure.
Did y'all buy the mummy shirt yet?
You really need to.
It's really good.
Like right now. I'm looking at the sales. You need to buy it now.
Before it's all gone. They're going to go quick, so make sure you grab one.
Yeah. Before I buy them all.
Yeah. Or like all the thousands of people who definitely buy our merch.
That too.
Yeah. I was going to try to go for a different canon where instead of us begging, we try to create this sense of urgency.
Illusion?
Yeah.
Let's try that again.
Okay. Wait, which part? The whole
Welcome
thing?
back to
the whole
Wolf Takes a Bite. I am your host, John Wolf, with my co-host, Devin Gray.
And I'm here also.
Yes. Did y'all buy the mummy shirt yet?
Do it.
Yeah.
Better hurry.
They're going quick.
I'm telling you.
I've already sold 50 this week.
I'm telling you, if you want one, you better grab one quick.
Yep. Because
all
they
I'm gonna
won't
say.
be here for long. And when they are gone,
Then we'll probably do a second run. I mean, they'll be all gone forever.
yes, because we only do one round a season.
That is actually true. Actually, you could get the poster, like any of the season posters. That one you can get, but all of our like season-specific merch, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So today, Devin, we're talking about Lake Lanier. You know, boat life.
You know, I should have seen that coming.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have.
That's an inside joke for our other show, Pod Daddies, in case you haven't seen that. Go watch
Also not. Definitely talked about it on here.
Oh, have we?
Oh, multiple times.
Oh, I just knew we went on a whole thing about it on Pod Daddies.
It was last summer when I was living
It
the
feels
boat
like
life.
every summer.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm looking at buying a houseboat right now.
Along with your house van.
Yeah,
You gonna get a house plane later?
that'd be dope.
Maybe a house helicopter?
Maybe just Air Force One.
Yeah, just buy Air Force One.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's
we got the money.
reasonably priced.
Well, you got the money.
Yeah, I have the money.
Yeah, you're a millionaire. When this comes out, right now it's Easter Sunday and we're both poor. Oh shit, we're talking about Lake Lanier. Why does it always take so long to get started? Keep whatever sounded funny. So I got some. Since you don't got nothing on, the thing, and
I normally don't. What are you saying right now?
I know. So here's some background about Lake Lanier. So before we dive into the myths and legends of Lake Lanier, let's give some background on this popular recreational spot, because it's everybody likes camping there, but there's some things you should know. Lake Lanier is a man-made lake that was created in the 1950s as part of a government project to control flooding in the Chattahoochee River Basin.
Okay. Cool.
The lake covers 38,000 acres. That's 690 miles of shoreline.
It's like at least a gallon of water.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Probably more.
Yeah, no, probably more, but it's at least a gallon.
It's a popular destination for boaters. Hashtag boat life.
Shut up.
Fishermen. Hashtag boat life.
Shut up.
Swimmers. Hashtag water. And it's even home to a few islands, actually, that are accessible by boat. Some good old party spots or a good place to dump a body, whatever comes first.
Yeah.
Usually party, then body. Each year, more than 10 million people visit Lake Lanier in Gainesville, Georgia. Though unsuspecting the massive placid lake might look, it is actually considered one of the most deadly lakes in America. Indeed, they have had 700 deaths at Lake Lanier since its construction in 1956.
So 70-ish years, and how many deaths?
700.
That's
deaths.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's 100 a year.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
Yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah.
That would be 7,000.
What?
70 years?
Oh, 10.
It's 100 every decade.
Yeah, so 10.
10 a year.
10 a year.
This all of a sudden got really less exciting.
It's still, that's a lot.
10 a year doesn't seem that much.
Well, 700 out of 10 million a year.
10 million.
Yeah, 10 million people visit a year. So 10 people.
What's the percentage?
That's 1%.
Is it?
10 people a year out of 10 million visitors
Is 1%.
is 1%. Over 1% of the people that go there die. Does that sound better for your for your count?
That actually sounds worse.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably stick with 10.
1% of people who go are gonna die.
It's like so much less than like a car ride. That's insane. What are we talking about? Why did I suggest this?
I have no idea. So
you have good shit in here,
well,
right?
This is still, whether you believe it or not, a shocking number of accidents at the lake that has led many to theorize that the site may in fact be haunted. And given the controversial circumstances surrounding Lake Lanier's construction and history of racial violence in the ruins of a former town of Oscarville that lie just beneath the lake's surface.
Oh no!
So there's a town, a ghost town.
Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. This is sounding
under the
ghosty.
lake.
This is sounding ghosty. I don't
Right?
know if I don't know if I'm here for it.
I would like to dive.
No, what the fuck are you saying right now? Why are you
Let's
always
go
like this?
let's go
Why are
scuba
you always
diving
like this? I'm like,
to
let's go to
the
a
ghost
graveyard
town.
and try to summon a demon, and you're like, absolutely not. Now you're like, let's dive to a ghost town at the bottom of a haunted lake. What in the fuck are you saying right now?
That sounds awesome.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, we can film it.
Get a submarine.
No.
Then no.
Scuba.
Oh no, no way.
Why not?
No.
Why not?
Fuck that.
Why can't you scuba?
I don't even like being in the water, let alone being in haunted water, let alone being under haunted water.
You'll be okay.
No.
So there actually might be some truth to this idea, since there is a lake ghost town. So now, how these deaths at Lake Lanier reveal themselves and their controversial pasts. In 1956, the United States Army Corps of Engineers was tasked with creating a lake to provide water and power to parts of Georgia and help to prevent the Chattahoochee River from flooding. Jesus. They chose to construct the lake near Oscarville in Foynes County, named after the poet and a Confederate soldier, Sidney Lanier. Lake Lanier had 692 miles of shoreline, making it the largest in Georgia, and far, far larger than the town of Oscarville, which the Corps of Engineers forcefully emptied so that the lake could actually be built. In a total, 250 families were displaced. Roughly 50,000 acres of farmland were destroyed, and 20 cemeteries were either relocated or otherwise engulfed by the lake's waters over its 5-year construction period. The town of Oscarville, however, was strangely not even demolished before the lake was filled, and its ruins still rest at the bottom of the lake today. Divers have reported finding fully intact streets, walls, and houses, making it the single most dangerous underwater surface in the United States. The flooded structures, coupled with declining water levels, are presumed to be a major factor in the high number of deaths that occur yearly at Lake Lanier, catching swimmers and holding them under or damaging boats with their debris.
20 centimeters?
Cemeteries.
And 20 cemeteries is like so different.
Shut up. Why'd you draw attention to it? I was going to edit that.
No, because I thought you were going to tell me how the water has been receding, and then you said, "Oh, I'm sorry, cemeteries," adding to the fact that this is a haunted lake, and I'm not trying to go anywhere near it. Thank you very much.
Well, the deaths at Lake Lanier aren't so typical, though. While there are many instances of people drowning, there are also reports of boats randomly going up in flames, freak accidents, missing persons, and inexplicable tragedies. Some believe the region's dark past is responsible for these incidents, but legend asserts that the vengeful and restless spirits of those whose graves were flooded, many of whom were black or persecuted and driven out by violent white mobs, are behind this curse.
Phenomenal.
That's our first mark.
Okay.
Marker.
Lake Lanier Part 2. Devin, what do you think so far about that?
It sounds haunted, and I don't want nothing to do with it.
I think it sounds great.
Yeah?
So the thing is, when they state that swimmers get caught in the buildings, how is that possible? Like, you're just swimming around the shoreline, right? You know, or even if you're just jumping off your boat, you swoop down. What? You hit the roof of a church, and all of a sudden, that's it.
I also had the similar question, but then I just assumed since it's only 10 people a year, you know, not that many.
Maybe those are the 10 dumb people who try to free dive.
Yeah. Or even scuba diving and weren't paying attention to where they were. Maybe got turned around inside of a building that they made of. And I don't know. I mean, maybe it happens. You know what I mean? But it's only 10 people a year. But I also was like, so are streets just like you can't even touch them underwater? Like we walk around on them every day.
I mean, how deep?
And then you go and touch
gotta be
one
pretty deep.
underneath the lake, and you're like, it's instant death. It's Avada Kedavra if you touch that shit. You're fucking. It's GG game over.
Where you at? I'm on the corner of Presbyterian and oh my fucking god! Avada Kedavra!
Or there's something more sinister going on, which I'm sure. I mean, you've already alluded to, but
Holy inexplicable boats bursting aflame. I mean,
is that what they said?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Boats just randomly catching on fire
That's kind of crazy.
and exploding.
That's kind of crazy.
I find that to be probably the most questionable one of them all.
I find it hard to believe, is what I think.
Well, people just randomly going missing, boats randomly going up in flames, freak accidents like, you know, a condor comes down and stabs you in the fucking eye. That's a freak accident. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's not. What are we talking about right now? Condor Man?
It's Georgia.
Are there condors in Georgia?
Mothman?
Was that Georgia?
Close enough.
Shut up.
Mothman goes everywhere, remember?
Yeah, that is kind of the conclusion we came up with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch that one.
That was a good one.
It was. I'm hitting my vape.
Missing persons, I mean, obviously, come on. I mean, you got 36,000 whatever fucking square.
You had a big lake.
You got a big ass lake. I mean, there's already concrete in the bottom. It wouldn't take much.
Yeah.
If it's big enough, it probably has currents. Now, if it does have currents, those buildings could actually cause certain riptides that could suck you down. I could see that being a thing.
For man-made lakes,
think about how wind moves through town.
Yeah, but it's not.
When the way wind moves is the way water moves.
I don't think so, though.
You know,
because like, have you ever been out to like Lake Cumberland or
yes,
maybe not. Lake Cumberland might not be a good.
I've been to all of them. No,
oh, you've been to all of them.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing! This man has been to every lake in America.
Yeah, Michigan, Lake Cumberland, Nolan,
for sure. There's a lake, Taylorsville
Lake. Yep, been
Isn't
there.
that one a man-made one?
I believe so. Yeah, actually, it is.
I know it's not as big as this
Rough
one.
River is too. Actually,
Yeah, Rough
they
River's
drain
one.
it every year.
Yeah, but it's not. There's not like a. There is a current, but it's not like what you're trying to say though.
No, but also it doesn't have like fully formed structures.
But do you think the structures alone would create such a current?
I think it's completely possible. All lakes and bodies of water have some current, right?
Yeah, because of the wind.
Right. And the water has to move. So it's always in constant motion. If you have certain things, like think about the whitewater rapids, right? Anywhere.
That's so different than what we're talking about.
When there's large rocks, they could be 30 feet to 60 feet underwater, depending how deep that river is. But they still make a difference on the top, on the surface.
Yeah.
So I think that makes definitely sense that it would churn the water in a way.
Yeah, but whitewater rafting is usually like it's in more narrow parts of a larger river, which is why the current speeds up a lot, which is what's causing that. You think the current over a lake is moving that quick?
No, I think there's possibilities for riptides still. Like think about Lake Michigan. It's a lake, but it has currents. It has riptides. It has riptides.
It's an ocean.
That you can stand on the beach.
Beaches. You were just about to say it.
There's beaches here.
Not like that.
Shoreline is still beach line. Same thing, man.
I like where your head's at. I don't think it's a good enough example or a good enough explanation, rather.
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
Right after this break.
Your pacing's on point. It's outstanding what you're doing right now. All right.
Thank you for watching Wolf Takes a Bite. Right now, I gotta take a break for some ads. So, can't really do that without mentioning my own shit. GreatManMediaCo.com. Go there. I have a merch store with awesome equipment like this mug. Yeah, that's our logo. That's our logo too. You can get that. You can get a hat. You can get a Wolf Takes a Bite t-shirt. My favorite that's brand new. You should check it out. It's the OK For Sure t-shirt. Available only in limited time. So go ahead and run and get yourself one today. We also can't even finish this out without mentioning our sponsor and our podcasting host, Transistor FM. Transistor FM provides affiliates and links to podcasts around the world, working with creators and developers from every walk of life, even my crazy butt. So make sure you go ahead and check out that link below if you want to start your own podcast where you can do all this awesomeness, maybe half as good. And if you're feeling a little tired at the end of your day, don't forget, all you got to do is use the Amazon link below to buy my personal case of Monster Energy Drink. That's it, 24 cans for only $31.95. And that is exactly why these people should subscribe to our shit.
Wow. Hey, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's better than being stuck down to the bottom of a lake.
Shockingly, this man's been on point. I can't explain to you guys what he put in his coffee cup today. It's his normal brew, but he's been on point.
I started with wine.
Started with a little grape.
Actually homemade, and yes.
Nice.
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I want to know more.
So let's talk about this town. The town of Oscarville, right? So this town was once very, very bustling. Now, obviously, Georgia, we know in the South, has a lot of racial history.
Yeah.
That is obviously not okay. But this was a very busy town.
I don't like how you said "but" after that.
At the turn of the century, the community was actually a beacon for black culture in the South. At the time, almost 1,100 black people owned land and operated businesses in Foytworth County alone, including Oscarville.
Cool.
But on September 9th in 1912, an 18-year-old white woman named and murdered near Browns Bridge on the Chattahoochee Riverbanks right by Oscarville. According to the Oxford American, May Crow's murder was pinned on 4 young black people who happened to live in the area nearby. Siblings Oscar, Trucy, aka Jane, and Daniel. And only 18 and 22-year-olds, respectively, and their 16-year-old cousin, Ernest Knox. With them was Robert, or Big Rob Edwards, age 24. Edwards was arrested for Crow's rape and murder, and then taken to jail in Cumming, Georgia. A day later, a white mob invaded Edwards' jail cell. They shot him, dragged him through the streets, hanged him from a telephone pole outside of the courthouse, and then a month later, Ernest Knox and Oscar Daniel appeared in court for the same crime, the rape and murder of May Crow. They were found guilty by the jury in just over an hour. Some 5,000 people gathered to watch the teenagers be hanged. Trucy Daniels' charges were dismissed, but it's widely believed that all 3 boys were innocent of the crimes.
Sounds pretty typical.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah, so it sounds like the Army Corps of Engineers was just like, yeah, let's just wash away this city. This sucks.
Yeah, I mean, the town had its problems, to say the very least, right?
I was going to say, that's being kind of mild about it.
It is
yeah.
very being mild, yeah. But this is just one case. Now, the
course.
town itself also had a vast history of weird accounts and happenings. According to, people who grew up around the county. Unfortunately, I can't cite any of those due to lack of witness cooperation or wanting to be cited.
Interesting.
The government got to them
Oh, I see.
and tried to silence them.
I see.
Because really,
For a brief moment, for just a split second, I thought you might have tried to contact one of these people and like they turned you down. And so I was like, interesting. And now it's the government. That checks out way more than anything else.
yeah, I don't do that kind of work.
That's a lie. That's a fucking lie.
So the reason I say this, Devin, is because aliens, of course.
Well, that's the shtick, right?
No, but really. So a day later, a white mob invaded Edward's jail cell. Right? Now, here's the deal. This is another interesting theory, a legend, however, that's very common in the area. This is why I said aliens. The legend that connects Lake Lanier to extraterrestrial beings. Some people believe that the lake is a hotspot for UFO sightings and that aliens have been visiting the area for decades. According to some reports, people have been seeing strange lights, objects hovering over the lake, and even some have claimed to say they've been abducted by aliens after spending some time on the water.
Whoa.
Just hanging out on your boat, all of a sudden your friend's boat bursts into flames, and then you get abducted.
I still don't know about this whole bursting into flame thing.
I'm running with it. So, one of the most well-known cases involving Lake Lanier and UFOs in general occurred in 1973, not long after, its conception. When 2 fishermen claimed to have seen a strange object hovering over the lake, according to their report, the object was about the size of a football field and had glowing... well, this is a big lake. It was about the size of a football field and had glowing, pulsating lights. The fishermen also claimed that the object emitted a loud humming noise and that they felt a strong force pushing them down into their boat. So, a gravitational engine, right? Because that's how they fly. These UFOs fly, man.
Right.
Obviously.
I can't believe I haven't seen it sooner.
I mean, duh, we talked about this. This is how they did the gravitational force reduction, remember?
Yes.
Yes. Silent Bob told us that.
I don't remember. Shit.
Bob Lazar told us about this gravitational force reduction engine program.
I believe in Bob.
Yeah. Of course we do.
What if Bob...
Play that song again. What if Bob was one of us? Just a slob like one of us.
This is definitely
outer space and stuff. What if Bob was one of us? He's sitting right next on the bus. Outer space conspiracy. He's looking at me. What if I was one of us? All right. Since then, there have been numerous other reports of UFO sightings and encounters with extraterrestrial beings in the Lake Lanier area. Some people believe that the lakes is a portal to another dimension, or that it contains some kind of energy that kind of attracts alien visitors. What could that be? What energy could be there, Devin, that attracts alien visitors? The ghost town!
Interesting angle you're
Which was filled with aliens that got relocated after the government sank the whole place. It's all a cover-up, man. So while there's no concrete evidence of what I'm saying to support these claims, they continue to fascinate and intrigue those who believe in the possibility of extraterrestrial life. Now, here's the thing. The government sank this town. This is what I think, right? So they sank
the crazy zooms
this
and the crazy
town
music right now.
They sank this town and displaced all these people, and they used the racial upset of the surrounding county to cover up the fact of them sinking an entire town, displacing all these bodies, right? It was a test site to see if cohabitation of aliens and humans could actually work.
Okay.
It didn't work.
Clearly.
They sank it. That's why. So now the aliens that originally were talking to everybody kind of did their thing, right? They did their thing. Now they're coming back. They're like, where's Cousin Bob? We don't know where he is. He's gone, dude.